It's been what, 15 years? About that, yes. 15 years is a long time to wait. You can't imagine how much I've suffered. You've suffered. But now, the perfect opportunity has presented itself. At last, I shall have my revenge! What? Merry Christmas.
Oh my god!
Oh! Hey, Nick! Do you know if there are any good waterfalls around here?
Waterfalls? Dare I ask why?
Duh, Nick! Isn't it obvious? I need a waterfall to stand under, preferably a freezing one.
Is that part of your spirit medium training?
Of course, except I've been slacking off lately. We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Strange occurrences continue at Gourd Lake, but this time it's murder. The body of a man was found in the lake early this morning. A suspect was apprehended. Sources inside the police department revealed that the suspect's name is Miles Edgeworth, age 24.
Edgeworth? What's going on? Edgeworth! He would never do something like this.
Nick?
Ah! Maya! They arrested Edgeworth.
What? You mean the prosecutor?
Yeah, he's a suspect. In a murder. Because that's all I ever cover.
What? When? Where? Whom? Why? How?
I don't know.
Let's go find out, Nick.
Hey, Edgeworth, come back! Officer, stop him! Thank you, officer.
So if you come to laugh at the fallen attorney, then laugh! Laugh! Well, why aren't you laughing? Nick, should we be laughing?
Nah, it's a trick. Laughing, he'll get mad. Or burst into tears. Edgeworth, we don't have so much free time we can spend it coming down here to laugh at you. Yes, we do.
Yes, you do. Yeah, he knows you don't get it.
Actually, he's right.
You don't get many cases. I hoped you wouldn't come. I didn't want you to see me. Not like this.
I didn't want to see you like this either, believe me. Edgeworth, tell me what happened.
Why should I? What are you going to do about it? Duh! We're going to help you, that's what! Help me? You? Don't be ridiculous. You're a novice. You've only been in free trials. Sure, you got lucky and won all three, but your luck's bound to run out someday. You need real skill, right? Experience.
The murder took place at Gourd Lake, correct?
Yes, late last night.
The lake is a long way away from your offices and the courthouse. How are you down there?
I see no need to tell you.
Edgeworth, let me defend you.
Good one, right? Good one. But I'm not that hard up. Not yet. Me? Trust a wet behind the ears lawyer with only 3 trials under his belt? Never. What? My case is near hopeless, right? Every defense attorney I've talked to has turned me down.
What?
Simply put, they were afraid they'd lose. It occurred to me that it might be my fault that they lacked confidence. You in particular. I cannot ask to do this.
Edgeworth, this is really hard for me to ask. You didn't do it, right? Right?
Think what you will. I have only one request. Stay out of this case.
No.
Mr. Edgeworth did it, didn't he?
Maya! Let's go investigate elsewhere.
Well, pal! Anyone found anything? Sorry, sir. Nothing. We need clues on the double. There weren't any clues. That's why we arrested that attorney, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear, sir. He's the one who... Shut up! Just try saying that again. I'll make you sorry if you do. Hey, you're that Harry guy. Harry Butts.
Learn my name already. Right. Phoenix Wright.
And just what are you doing here, pal? Investigating?
Huh? Well, yes, I suppose.
Well, I'm here to help. Ask me anything you want. It happened last night, about 15 minutes after midnight. There was a boat out on Gourd Lake. In that boat were 2 men. One of those men shot the other with a pistol. A very German-looking pistol, I think. And the shooter was Mr. Edgeworth? A cop who arrived at the scene arrested him. How did he get there so fast? There was a witness. When the report came in, we raced to the lake. You don't think Mr. Edgeworth is a murderer, do you? Absolutely not. It's impossible. You really believe in him, don't you, detective? Of course I do. But the police are pretty sure he's the killer. Nobody's even really taking the investigation that seriously. But the case against him is, well, it's pretty solid.
I suppose it would be if they have a witness.
Hey, pal! Don't tell me you're going to turn your back on him, too! Remember the Steel Samurai case? Mr. Edgeworth helped you get your client declared innocent.
Point to Edgeworth. I tried. He really doesn't want us to represent him. Who is this witness?
Sorry, pal, that's confidential. Anyway, the witness saw everything, apparently.
Was there only the one witness?
Yup, it was pretty cold out on the lake last night, and it was Christmas Eve after all. You never know when you're going to turn up another witness. That's why we are here today, checking things out. Detective Gumshoe, sir! It was a call from the precinct. They want to hold an investigation briefing. Right, I'm off. Sorry, pal, I guess you heard. I gotta go. Any last things you want to ask me before I head back?
Well, yes, do you have any information on the victim?
Sorry, they haven't worked up the autopsy report yet. Say, if you get the time, drop by the precinct. We can talk more there, pal.
Oh, hey, Detective Gumshoe.
What?
We'd like to take a look around in the park. Can we walk around?
Yeah, no problem, pal. You got my permission.
I think there's something to be said for talking to people when they're busy.
Yeah, they don't have time to think about not giving you information. Why are these here?
Huh, so there's some poppers here. You know, pull the string.
And it goes pop. Yeah, I know the ones. You see them a lot around New Year's.
Hey, Nick, they might be a clue. Let's take them.
Come on, admit it. You just want to pop them, right?
Was it that obvious?
Yes, poppers. Sure. I suppose it couldn't hurt. Huh, where'd they go?
Into my pocket.
You have pockets?
Look, someone's camping.
They've got guts, camping at the scene of a murder.
Hey, Nick. If they were camping here last night, they might know something about the murder.
That's true. This camera's a mic and some sort of attachment. Must take pictures when triggered by a noise.
Wow, cool. Let's try it out. Hi, I'm Nick. Nick!
Will you stop that?
Maybe it's broken.
Maybe it isn't set to respond to voices.
But what then? These things?
Brilliant.
Well, it responded.
Best character! She has arrived! Yeah! Hey, you! Get your hands off of that! What in the Sam Hill? Look what you done now! There goes a whole roll of film!
What? Sorry.
Sorry's nice, but it don't pay my bills. Y'all know how much a roll of that film costs?
I'll pay you back.
What were y'all thinking setting off Party Popper in a place like this? Don't try to play stupid with me just cause you think I'm some country bumpkin. Yeah, I know how y'all Yanks think. I say, these southern folks talk with that exaggerated drawl. Why, they must be dumb. Well, let me tell you, just because I might be dumb don't mean we all are.
Wait, what?
Nick, help!
And who are you now? Her chaperone? No, rather, we're sort of, friends? Just figure out what y'all are gonna say and say it for bejesus's sake. God, I'd rather sit through one of Papa's draws than listen to you stutter all day. Oh boy.
Oh, God.
I guess we should pay her for the film. Watch it! Yes, ma'am.
I love Lana.
Oh, God, Lana is the best.
I love how you just nail the softened drawl to her.
What? Can't you see I'm changing the film on my camera here? Someone, I'm not naming any names, but someone used up a whole roll.
Sorry.
What do I show her? What do you think?
Yeah, obviously, your attorney's badge, I guess.
This is my badge. Huh? Our badge is supposed to be all shiny and impressive? You a cop or something? I'm a lawyer. What? Y'all ain't gonna try and pull one of them lawsuits on me over that film now. Cause I'll have y'all know, I'm a fighter and I wrestled meaner looking things than you. No, that's not it at all. We're here investigating a murder that took place here. Sounds cool. Why didn't y'all say that in the first place? Go ahead, ask me anything you like. Finally, some cooperation. You too! Y'all can come out of hiding now. I won't bite. Hard. Come to think of it, where did Maya get to?
Sorry, I was feeling a little overwhelmed. Culture gap and all.
Never you mind, honey. I can talk Yank for you if it pleases you. No, don't talk Yank. No, Yank is boring.
I love how she can actually swap out of softened drawl to Yank. That is great. Thanks. I think I'll be okay.
Great then. I'm Lotta Hart, but y'all can call me Lotta. I'm here photographing meteor showers for a research project. Mighty pleased to meet ya. When was that murder anyway? I ain't seen much television lately. It happened late in the night on Christmas Eve. That's so. Christmas Eve. Did you see anything? Well, let me see. A boat, you say? I reckon I might have seen one. Not sure though. Y'all gotta remember, I've been watching this here lake for a good 3 days now. I seen enough boats to choke a mule. Kinda hard to remember which I seen when.
So, what is it you do, Lotta?
Y'all don't really want to know that, do ya? Actually, I'm a research student at Country U, right in the heart of the heartland.
Damn.
That's quite a camera you have there.
Y'all better know it. It's German-made, a genuine Solingen.
So what's the device you have stuck to the camera?
That mic triggers the shutter whenever it detects certain sounds. It's programmed to pick up loud noises right now. So your camera, it triggers on loud explosion noises. Yep. Actually, the victim in the case we're researching, he was shot with a pistol. Wouldn't a gunshot make a similar noise to our party popper? I guess it would. Your camera didn't get a picture of the murder, did it? Hey, y'all are pretty bright. I'll have a look-see at my film. I checked them once, don't remember if there was anything on them though. But what if I got something? I could be a witness to a genuine murder. Yeehaw! I'll go check that film. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Okay.
Cool.
She went inside her SUV.
Hey, we just finished the meeting. For better or for worse.
I get the feeling we're in for some bad news. Do you know anything about the victim yet?
No, still can't ID him.
So how did the meeting go?
I can't tell you, pal. You're a lawyer. You know, I don't know what to believe anymore. Sure, Mr. Edgeworth's human like you or me. I get the feeling that if he'd done something wrong, he wouldn't go hiding it. That's just the kind of guy he is. Why can't anyone else see that? Do me a favor. Stand by Mr. Edgeworth. He needs your help, and you're the ones who help him.
Now tell me about the autopsy report that you hopefully have by now. Did you ever get it?
Oh, that? Yeah, I made a copy for you.
What kind? Sometime on the 24th or 25th. Cause 1 bullet shot to the heart. Ouch.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Nick, can you show me that photo of the victim? That face.
Someone you know?
I don't know. I just have this feeling that I met him somewhere a long time ago.
Hey, y'all!
Lotta!
Wait up a sec. We got bingo!
Bingo?
My automatic camera took 2 pictures last night.
Hey!
This is them. Take a look. Wait. See? He's shooting them with that pistol. It looks like that, yes.
But you can't really tell who that is shooting.
Yeah, well, there was enough fog out there last night to strangle a bullfrog. But you know, seeing these photos reminded me of something. I saw the murder happen. I'm a witness.
What?
Are you serious? Course. How do you forget? Never mind. Y'all reckon I should tell the cops? I reckon no.
I love how it's written like that. I reckon so. I reckon no.
I reckon so. I reckon so. What's that? Now don't y'all go try to knock my accent. I'm a sensitive lady.
I love these jokes with Lotta.
Lotta's the best. Hey, so I'm off to talk to the cops. Y'all can have this photo. Later. Wait, Lotta. What? Can't y'all see I'm kinda busy? Tell us what you saw too, please. Nice try, honey. But I wasn't born yesterday. I'm a witness, and that means I'm on the side of justice. And that means the cops.
Oh no.
I'd sooner eat the south side of a northbound skunk than tell you. I love these southern sayings.
The south side of a northbound skunk.
Don't let it get to your skivvies in a bunch. Friends today, enemies tomorrow. Or was that the other way around? No matter, I'm gone. Hey, maybe they'll let me do some testifying. Hot darn.
I love her.
Lotta's the best.
She left.
Hey! Oh.
Oh my god, it's Santa!
Ah! Nick, I think Santa's mad at you.
Long time no see, Nick.
Nick, you know Santa?
Don't be ridiculous.
Dude, it's me!
What are you doing here?
Isn't it obvious? I'm working my day job. I sell samurai dogs. Want one? Gotta get my money for dates, you know. My girl Beyonce deserves the best. It was her idea that I wear this costume. She's all, you go, girlfriend, you know? She bought this costume for me.
That's great, Larry. Hey, Larry, there was a murder here last night. And since you work here, have you heard anything?
Nick, you're wasting your time. Last night was Christmas Eve. He was with Beyonce, obviously. He wouldn't have been standing out here in the cold.
Oh no. Oof! Beyonce's not in town right now. She's in Hawaii on a photo shoot.
Well, anyway, there was a murder here on the lake. The trial's tomorrow.
Neat.
The defendant is Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth.
Whoa, Nick! You don't mean that Miles Edgeworth? Old Edgy?
Yes, he's the murder suspect.
Whoa! Murder?
Huh? You know Mr. Edgeworth, Larry?
Yeah, of course. Edgy was in the same class as us in grade school.
What? Tell me about the dogs.
Huh? Oh, you mean the samurai ducks?
Why are they samurai dogs? I mean, they kind of look goat-shaped.
Oh, well, originally they were god dogs. You know, like god dogs. The samurai thing was Kiance's idea. She made me that banner. We're getting a ton of customers here at the lake. What with the big news?
The big news?
Yeah, Gordy.
What's Gordy?
It's here in this very lake. A giant mysterious monster. Gordy.
A monster?
Yeah, check it out. This is an article from yesterday's newspaper. There's a photo.
Wow, it's really real.
I set the camera to automatic, and when we got into the frame, I heard a loud bang like an explosion, followed by the sound of something slipping into the water.
I wish I could have seen it.
Why would there be a sound like an explosion? Can I borrow this article from you?
Sure, no problem. That'll be $1 million.
I'll take it out of the fee that you owe me for defending you.
So, Mr. Edgeworth was your classmate, Larry?
Yeah, Nick, him and I used to hang out all the time. Don't get me wrong, he's always been kind of a stake in the mud, starting all the time, trying to be like father.
Like his father?
Yeah, Edgy's pub was a famous defense lawyer back in the day.
Wow. Wait, you said defense lawyer. But Mr. Edgeworth is a prosecuting attorney.
What? Edgy's got a proboscis on his knee?
No, he is a prosecuting attorney.
Huh, go figure. He always used to talk about defending the weak who were unable to defend themselves. I wonder what changed in his mind, though.
Something's been bothering me. Could you show me that autopsy report once more? Hey, I remember now. This guy. He's a lawyer that was at the office, that office Mia worked at. I met him once when I went there to go hang out with Sis.
Ah, that old familiar clearing of the throat. Mr. Grossberg, sir. There was a murder last night.
Look,
You haven't heard?
I just got up, you see.
Well, Miles Edgeworth shot someone with a pistol.
Edgeworth? What? Who did he shoot?
Well, the identity of the victim is still unknown.
This is terrible news indeed.
Well, seeing as Maya keeps recognizing this guy.
Strange. I feel as though I've seen this man somewhere before. Oh, he was a lawyer here in my office. That's Hammond. Robert Hammond.
Mr. Hammond?
Who is this Hammond guy anyway?
Mr. Hammond. He was the defense attorney in that case, in the DO6 incident.
DL6. Why does that sound so familiar?
That was the incident where the police were so at loss they used a spirit medium. Happened 15 years ago. A very strange case indeed.
They never caught the criminal, right?
Correct, sir. Misty Faye used her powers to talk to the spirit of the late victim. Her testimony led to the charges being laid against one man, but Mr. Hammond won the case and the suspect was declared innocent.
And the police blame my mother, calling her a fraud. You were the one who helped her out then, right, Mr. Grossberg?
Yes, quite.
Thank you.
Please, don't mention it.
What does that case have anything to do with Mr. Edgeworth?
The victim in the DO6 incident was none other than his father, Gregory Edgeworth.
What? His father?
If you want to know more, you should ask him yourself. Show him this, I'm sure he'll talk to you. It's only been a matter of hours since you last visited. Yet you've made incredible progress in your investigation. I'll admit it, I'm impressed, right?
About the DL6 incident.
Right, DL6. I didn't want you to find out about it. That is why I refused your offer to defend me. I'm sorry if it sounded like I thought you weren't up to the job.
Wait a sec, you didn't want me to find out about it? I already knew about it! So, do you still think it would have been better for me to stay away?
I don't know, but I see no point in hiding anything from you now. The DL6 incident was when my father died, right before my eyes. Memories from that time are foggy. I suppose it's a self-defense mechanism. He was an attorney by the name of Robert Hammond. I cleared the suspect's name.
And Hammond is the victim in the Gold Lake murder.
Correct. It's strange. I thought that terrible incident was about to end, and now this. The DL6 incident happened 15 years ago. 15 years ago, on December 28th. The statute of limitations on the case runs out in 3 days.
Nick, what does that mean?
When a case statute of limitations runs out legally, the case never happened.
3 days from now, DL6 will be closed. Forever.
What happened to the suspect, the one who got off innocent?
I don't know. He disappeared from public view. Nobody knows where to. He's still alive. He'd be about 50 years old now. Who would have thought there'd be a photo?
Edgeworth. Did you shoot him?
What do you think, right?
I don't think you're the kind to point a gun at anyone, no.
So you didn't shoot him? No, I didn't. It wasn't me. It pains me to ask you this now. I know, you want us to defend you. Yes. Will you?
Who could have guessed this day would come?
Not me.
This is my chance to finally pay you back.
Pay him back? Pay me back? For what? I don't remember ever doing anything for you.
Never mind. I guess you don't really need to know.
My letter of request, please give it to Detective Gumshoe.
Well, I guess we should... What's that?
Earthquake! Nick! It's a big one! Ah! It's coming down. Phew, that was scary.
Huh? Where's Edgeworth?
He's on the floor in a ball, shivering. Guess he doesn't do so well with earthquakes.
This wild lady comes in here just a while ago, says she came to talk to y'all after hearing what Mr. Wright had to say. What's this all about, pal? Why are you going around finding more witnesses? You want to give Miss Edgeworth the death sentence, pal?
No, not at all. Just, I mean, she did see something. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't go around covering up evidence.
You trying to say something about the way I do my job?
No, sir. Look what I got it.
Hey, you did, pal. Glad I waited till the last minute to file those papers. I'll rip them up and start new ones for you.
Thanks, Detective. Karma.
That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He's a god of prosecution, right? A god!
Then I shall slay this god.
Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
Decisive evidence? A decisive witness? What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call his first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? Worse.
He's German.
Yeah. I call the detective in charge of this case. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Describe the incident now.
Yes, sir. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were two men on the boat. Now there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard two pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop.
Testify to the court about the arrest. Now.
Wait, Mr. von Karma.
Yes.
Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings.
Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role.
Yes, of course, you're quite right.
No, he's not.
A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth.
Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now! He's just so commanding.
He's a German.
Yeah.
Did you find any clues on the body?
A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally.
Judge, here's the bullet.
Why do you have it?
It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved.
Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence.
Why is that? Why'd you arrest Edgeworth?
Well, we found a murder weapon in the boat.
The murder weapon?
A pistol. Detective Gumshoe. That is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony.
The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. Prove it. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence?
Tesk.
We weren't talking to you. Ugh, he has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth.
There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand.
What?
So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor.
It was prints from Edgeworth's right hand. It was fired 3 times.
Ooh. Detective? Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol?
Yes, the ballistic markings of the bullet matched the pistol.
Well, Judge?
I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However...
You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt? Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess! 10-minute recess! Now!
Wait,
Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man.
Yes.
Who's running this court anyway? Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. Was that you in the boat?
Yes, it was me. I didn't shoot him.
Then who did?
I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I thought at the time that he had shot himself. That's the only explanation I can come up with.
Huh? How am I going to convince anyone of that?
Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness.
Will Miss Lotta Hart takes a stand? Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand?
Y'all need to learn some manners.
Understand?
Yeah, I understand. I ain't gonna listen though. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat.
She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accepted as evidence.
This looks like the very moment of the murder.
Well, Judge.
The evidence is decisive. Very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court buys the defendant.
Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet.
You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then, I will have you held in contempt of court.
I understand. I will cross-examine the witness.
Tesk. Very well.
I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time.
When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? No. Uh-oh. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure.
You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright. Not meaningless babble.
Von Karma, I think I hate you. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure.
Is it?
How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat.
No need for further questions. Objection sustained.
That's what I'm... Sustained. It seems you're unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting.
You keep your promise.
I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts. I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Send past your judgment.
Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who was that?
It was me. I guess she said hold on.
Maya!
Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities?
No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth.
What's the big idea? Treat me like some kind of criminal. I saw him, I swear. I saw Edgeworth.
Enough!
Declares the defense in contempt of court.
Yes, of course. God escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He's in contempt of court, must he?
But it was Mia. Amaya. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Wrong.
What?
Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony and I have a right to cross-examine her again.
You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he is in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me.
No, then I have to defend you again.
IFA, you'll leave the courtroom immediately.
Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses.
I better find a contradiction here or else. I saw it clear as day the man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. I think really the only thing I can do is just show him this photo.
Yeah.
That's not clear as day.
Yeah, that is not clear as day.
Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What?
That face.
I know. It's great.
Mr. Wright has a point.
That's why I told her not to say sad in her testimony. Please.
Yet, now she has said it to Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself.
Miss Hart, could you see the defendant that night?
Of course! I said I could and I meant I could!
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So, once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem.
But I don't think binoculars can look through fog.
Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars! Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah! Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I've got doubts about your camera too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers?
The camera is irrelevant to this case.
You can't say that for certain.
Is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning.
If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences.
Do you wish to stress further about the camera?
The camera is of the utmost importance, Your Honor. It is, perhaps, the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower, but it's to detect loud noises and faces a lake.
Yeah, like you.
That's not a meteor shower camera.
Yeah, you cannot hear sound for a meteor shower because it happens up in the atmosphere.
You were photographing shooting stars. That's a lie. Says who? You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well then, what exactly was she photographing?
Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph.
Gordy.
Hey, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see your proof that I was down the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here taken when a gun fired on the lake. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. How does this have any relevance to what we're talking about?
It technically does no.
That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises.
I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart? So, smart boy, I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? That don't change what I saw, does it?
That's perhaps why Von Karma has not said anything, you know, because this does not change anything. Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove. It's nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist.
Hey! You bitch!
It changes nothing.
Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it.
Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing now. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university.
Wait, what?
I'm an investigative photographer.
Oh, come on, you were lying about university too?
Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out of the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hand, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at the boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry.
Damn. Okay. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whatever she is a research student or photographer, has no bearing on this case. There's no need to waste more of our time in another pointless cross-examination.
I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. There wasn't much else to look at, but you heard a bang, so you might have been seeing Gordy, so you'd have been scanning everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person be looking at it.
Normal.
Nah, but you're not normal. But you are far from normal. You're southern. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy. That's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all.
Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then?
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I was just... I thought, I could be a witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. But hey! You got that photograph. You got proof.
Still, we can't see who's shooting who in this.
Right. That's why I took this photo in.
Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court?
Because it does not exist.
What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool.
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma?
Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement.
The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence.
Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is.
Damn. How did she manage that? Holy shit.
Still gonna see who is firing this.
But that is interesting.
Because that is a left hand.
Yeah, it is.
It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence.
Happy now, Mr. Wright. You asked for the enlargement. You got the enlargement. And little good it has done for any of us. That's why I requested you not show it.
I suppose this means that the cross-examination
is over, obviously.
Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add?
I stated everything I needed to when this trial began.
Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict.
Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor.
The hand? This man's left hand does what?
The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth.
You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim?
As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim?
The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself.
So, are you saying that the victim committed suicide?
Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation.
Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question. An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. There's no way it could have been suicide.
Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. The court orders the defendants and the prosecutor to further investigate this matter. That is all. This court is adjourned.
I'm going to go check on Maya.
Oh, right. Tell her something for me. Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all.
Oh, Edgeworth is such a tsundere.
Yeah, he really is sometimes.
Maya!
Hey, Nick, it's you. I'm glad Mr. Edgeworth made it through the day, okay?
Have you been questioned yet?
No, not yet. Detective Gumshoe was here just now. He said, seeing as this is your first offense, will you go after questioning? Oh, that's nice. Oh, and he wanted me to get bail money ready. You can pay for me, okay?
Huh? How much?
I don't know, I guess they'll send you a bill or something?
Ah! Hey, Detective Gumshoe. The hell are you doing here?
Hey, pal. The trial today, well, I was going to say good show, but it wasn't really all that.
Thanks? Detective Gumshoe. Any idea what strategy Von Karma is planning for tomorrow?
It sounds like he's bringing another witness.
Oh, right. He said something about that in the trial today. I was wondering who that other witness was.
As much as I'd like to, I'm not at liberty to diverge that information.
Alright, I wanted to ask you something about Edgeworth. Is he afraid of earthquakes? I never heard anything about that before.
Mr. Edgeworth doesn't talk about himself too much, see? Him hating the crime the way he does. him becoming a prosecutor, him being scared of earthquakes. It all started with that incident.
The DL6 incident.
Yeah, that's the one. 15 years ago. He saw his father shot before his very eyes. Still feels the pain now. You can see it in his eyes.
Well, let's ignore that and talk about Maya Fey instead.
Huh? She's not out on bail yet? I told them to let her go as soon as they had their report written up. I'm going to head back to the station. I'll get the report on Maya and get her out of there as soon as I can.
Thank you. Oh, wait. I was wondering, how much is bail going to be?
Don't worry about that. His Edgeworth has posted the whole amount. Alright, pal. But don't forget to pick her up, okay?
I just finished the paperwork. I'm free to go. Those interrogators were really mean. They were like, okay, what did you do this time? Like I was some kind of criminal. Can you believe it?
Well, they let you out in the end, didn't they?
Thanks for bail.
Thank Edgeworth.
Huh?
He posted bail for you. Said he was grateful for what you did.
Mr. Edgeworth did that?
Hey, y'all!
Hey, it's Lana.
Y'all really did it today. See, I did a little thinking, a little, self-reflection, you might say. I realized that being a witness is a mighty big responsibility. But I just went up there and started blabbing any old thing that came to mind. Lotta, so you see, I want to make it up to y'all. Lotta, what do you mean by making it up to us? Actually, I got a bit of information for you. That Von Karma didn't want me to say nothing about it.
What information?
Now we're getting to the heart of it. See, I reckoned we might be able to do ourselves a little exchange. Exchange? I thought this was to make it up to us. Right. I proposed a little exchange to make it up to you.
God damn it.
What? Information doesn't come cheap, my friend. I see you thinking, my, how unsophisticated these southern folks are. It's written all over your face. Let me tell you, most southerners are way more sophisticated than you. I'm just the exception, okay?
Wait, what?
Well, what'll it be? We got a deal or not? We don't have any other leads, so I don't think we have a choice here. Okay, how much? The only fair exchange for information is information. Listen good. What I need from you is information about Gordy. But Gordy doesn't... I mean, Gordy might not exist. Then bring me proof that shows he don't. You see something, y'all come to me first, got it?
Yo, Maya!
Larry, what the heck is that?
Oh, it's my girl Kiance's idea. Dude, she gave it to me along with the banner.
Wow, that's real impressive she could find those for you.
When did you get that big, thing?
Huh? Oh, the big guy! I've had it for about a month, yeah. It's a big hit with the kids.
Why wasn't it there yesterday?
Huh? Oh, right. The compressor was busted. Hey there, pal. What's up? You look out of sorts.
How's the investigation proceeding?
It's not really. We have another meeting coming up. Supposed to talk about Miss Edgeworth's motive. See, Miss Edgeworth's father died in the L6 incident. The guy who got the loan, suspect declared innocent, was the victim in this case. Saying that's why Miss Edgeworth shot him.
Say, Detective Gumshoe, do you know Gordy?
The monster down in Gold Lake? Not personally, no.
Well, we're looking for it.
Huh? Are you out of your minds? You got time to go wild monster hunting?
I told Detective Gumshoe about the deal with Lotta.
I see, pal. Sorry for shouting at you. Okay. I, Detective Gumshoe, will aid your search for Gordy. I'll loan you one of our newest secret weapons for finding evidence. Introducing secret weapon number 1, Missile. He's a K9 police dog still in training. Oh my god, it is Missile.
Best dog!
It literally is Missile. Missile. Yeah, boy.
Hey, he's cute.
We're taking Missile, I don't care.
Hey, Nick.
Hmm?
Missle's been acting strangely.
Missile? Oh, alright. That little creature of the detectives.
Hey, I love little doggies. Good boy. Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
What's wrong, Missile? Missile!
Oh, whoa, stop that big cannibal! It's eating my samurai dogs! My samurai dogs!
Wow, he ate every single one.
I'm sorry, Larry.
Sorry, don't pay my bills, Nick!
Ah ha ha! It's gonna have to this time.
Secret weapon number 3, a metal detector.
Detective Gumshoe, we're looking for something alive. Little bit off topic, but I still remember Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster, and it was a metal monster.
Yeah, because it was fake.
So...
Right.
how are we supposed to find it with a metal detector?
Hey, you never know, it might have been eating soda cans.
Can you borrow that metal detector?
Sure thing, pal.
I'm not sure what we're going to find with this.
Remember, you're hunting for a monster. Anything is possible. Anything.
It's always so quiet here. I wonder if the boat shop is closed for good.
They're probably just taking a vacation till it blows over.
Nick! It's beeping! The metal detector's found something!
Sure's loud enough about it. Whatever it is, it must be in those bushes. Go check it out, Maya.
Why do I have to check it out? Look!
Huh, an air tank. The valve looks broken.
I thought it was gaudy.
There's something wrapped around the air tank. Do you know what this is? Say, is this air tank yours?
Why would I have a thing like that?
Look, see how there's a string of flags around this tank valve? It's just like the string of flags around your steel samurai there.
Must be a coincidence. There's a string of flags everywhere these days. Look, why would I need a tank anyway?
You used this to inflate that, didn't you?
And how would you go about asking me a question like that? See, the compressor I always use was on the fritz. I tried to use that tank to inflate it just once, and it didn't go so well.
It didn't go so well. Do you think you could be a little more specific?
Look, it's embarrassing, so I really don't want to talk about it.
Tell us!
Fine. It's like what I said, the compressor was busted. So I took the tank and tried to fill the steel samurai up with that. Then the valve busted open and made that incredible noise. Then that tank there took off like a rocket. I took my board and inflated the steel samurai with it.
What happened next?
Well, all that happened on the 20th or so. And now, as far as I could see, that tank went flying out into the lake. So I went out every night in a boat looking for it.
And when did you find it?
Just the night before last. It flew out there. Took me 4 whole days to find it. Actually, I was here on the night of the murder. But you see, I went home before midnight.
Hey, y'all! Well, y'all find anything out about Gordy? Y'all got the scoop on Gordy for me? Lotta, there is no such thing as Gordy. What? How can y'all be so sure? Y'all got some proof Gordy doesn't exist. Of course I have proof. What are y'all doing with an air tank? This is Gordy. Excuse me?
What exactly are you saying, Nick?
About a week ago, an idiot, who happens to be a friend of mine, tried to fill it. He used this air tank, and when the valve blew, the tank flew into the lake. Apparently, it made a pretty loud bang when it flew. The tank, along with the still deflated samurai, fell into the lake. At the same time, a couple was taking a photograph of the lake. Well, that's a fine way to ruin a gal's dreams. I'm sorry, Lotta. Nah, it's okay. You win. I'll give you your info, like I promised. I overheard the cops around here saying something about the witness tomorrow. They said he's the caretaker of the boat rental place up the path here.
There's someone there? I mean, it looks so deserted.
Just an old guy, living all by himself. Y'all should go check it out.
Thanks, Lotta. We will.
Hold on. Something else? Yeah, the night of the murder. My camera clicked twice, you know.
Wait, so you have another photo?
Yeah, but there's nothing in it at all. Just the lake. Well, it might not be helpful at all, but... Here, take it. Bye now. Y'all take care.
This is the boat shop that Lotta was talking about.
Doesn't seem to be anyone around at all.
Well, let's go check it out anyway.
Hey, that you? Hey, is that Keith with you? Where have you two been? I've been worried sick. You could have left the house. I didn't know what to think. How am I supposed to get this place running at an old man like me? Polly, the kids are home.
Hello? Hello? Squawk! A parrot, the one on the perch.
Eve, I leave the wet noodle in your capable hands, Sonny. That's a relief, isn't it, Polly?
Hello? Hello? Squawk! You know what? I am a lawyer.
That's a lawyer's badge?
Yes, it is. I don't believe it. This old guy is the first person to recognize my badge.
I get it. You're not Keith!
We're here investigating a murder that took place on this lake the other night.
Please help us.
A lawyer, huh? Alright, I'll help. But on one condition. When this case is over and done, you'll run the red and wet noodle.
Alright, we promise.
That's my boy. Good for you, Keith.
Wait, didn't I just say...
You too, Meg. Yep, I've seen this. It's okay. You can call me Dad.
Dad? You know something about this?
Yep, you're on a night out on the lake.
Tell us what you saw.
Well, I suppose. I forgot the time, but it was pretty dark outside. Probably night, yeah, yep. And then I heard this bang. So I looked outside. And another one bang. A little while later, this boat comes back. Young man walked by my window here. Was muttering something to himself, yep.
What did he say?
I forgot. I'll remember tomorrow by court time. Promise. We gotta call her name first. Polly, how you been?
Hello, Squawk.
All she can say is hello.
Oh, Polly can say lots of things. You just need to know the secret words. My memory's gotten worse of late. So I just tell her everything is important to old Polly here.
Everything important? Polly, what's the number on the safe?
1228. Squawk.
All right.
Hey, Polly, watch it, will ya?
Scenic. All it takes is a little clever thinking.
And a criminal mind. Somehow I don't think we're going to get much useful information from this guy. Maya, maybe we should be leaving.
I think you're right. Oh wait, I had one more question. Polly, have we forgotten something?
Don't forget DL6. Squawk.
Huh? Why would that bird Polly know about DL6?
We have to figure out who that old man is.
Hey, pal, long time no see.
You know the boat rental shop down at Gold Lake? The old man who runs it is appearing as a witness in court tomorrow, right?
Supposed to be top secret.
Do you know who that old man is, detective?
Actually, I don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea.
Sounds suspicious.
Detective Gumshoe, please help us. We need to know about the DL6 incident.
To tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file. So, I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal. However, if you can convince me somehow that the DL6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I'd consider opening the file up.
The old man at the boat rental shop's parent, specifically. The parent knew about that incident. DL6.
What?
I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word.
Yeah, but how would that old man know about the DL6 incident?
What if that old man was connected to DL6?
Sounds like you need information on the DL6 incident. Ooh, there is the station's records room. I'll give you special permission to go in and find out what you need.
Wow, it's amazing. Dusty.
10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. 15 years ago, both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred.
Nick, I found out where the file is. Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get that right file.
Well, first I have to get a handle on the main facts. Like a summary. December 28th, 2001. The incident took place in an elevator of the district courthouse. There was a large earthquake at 2 p.m. on that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all of the lights went out. Well, that would explain things with Edgeworth.
Oh, yeah.
At the time, 3 people were trapped in that elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator and the survivors were unconscious. One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart.
It's Edgeworth's father, wasn't it?
He said that his father was shot before his very eyes. Do you have any data on the victim, Edgeworth's father? He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son, Miles. From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. The pistol had been fired 2 times. The man arrested as a suspect in DL6 was Yanni Yogi. He was a clerk in the court, apparently.
He must have been the 3rd person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it.
But he was found innocent thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived, so much so he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. I guess I know generally what happened in the DL6 now. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now all that's left is the trial tomorrow. Wonder how Dad will do testifying in court.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Mr. Von Karma, your opening statements. Very well. No opening statements, so,
Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking.
Alright, of course.
Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now.
Alright, start your watches, everyone.
Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now?
It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. Witness, state your profession.
I'm the proprietor of the restaurant, Red Noodle at Gold Lake. And I also rent boats.
The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct?
Yep. Yep, I was.
Please testify.
We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Wait a minute! The witness hasn't stated his name yet.
Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah!
The witness will state his name. I'm not really sure, yep.
Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ago, he cannot recall his own name.
He can't recall, you say?
Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify.
It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant where I ran boats, as usual, and I heard a bang. Yep. Then I looked out the window, I saw boats just floating on the lake. And I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination.
There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ago, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now.
Yes,
What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness.
very well, you may begin. Ah! Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma?
The hell?
3 minutes just passed.
I see. Well, then let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness.
By your window.
Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack.
And could you see the man's face?
Well, the fog was pretty darn fake, so he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is rather important detail. Please answer your testimony.
That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Dad!
Oh, God.
That's certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by, too. It was him, that Edgeworth boy. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt.
Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun.
Are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photographs showing a man firing with his left hand? He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here.
If he wiped his prints, why are there prints on there?
That is a very good question. Task. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record.
Enough! The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This court finds the defendant, Mr. R. Edgeworth, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately. That is all. This court is adjourned.
What? What?
Oh, is it-
Again, Maya!
Who was that just now?
Me!
Was it Maya? What?
Oh, wait, it's Larry! It's Larry!
What?
Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. The gunshot. I heard it too.
What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment.
One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night.
I'll testify. Let me testify.
Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my courts.
Probably not the last.
I'm not quite sure how to proceed.
Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Your Honor! If there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now.
A waste of time.
Good, I like wasting your time.
The verdict cannot be overturned.
Unless the judge says so.
Well, to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard.
What is this?
I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty.
Yay! We didn't fail.
Mr. Von Karma, order you to call this new witness to testify. Now! Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. That night, I was out in the boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back at the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's wrong, Nick?
It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. If he only heard one gunshot, why didn't he hear the other two? Or the other one? Wait a second, Larry.
What?
You only heard one bang? You're sure?
That's what I said.
But Ms. Lotta Hawk testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night.
Huh?
Were you paying attention at all to what they said?
Yo, Nick, please! Mr. Butts, you only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
Not sure? How could you not be sure?
I was, listening to something else.
Something else?
My radio, dude, with my headphones.
What?
Well, Mr. Wright, should you continue the testimony?
Your Honor, please. Please allow the witness to continue his testimony.
Bah, nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Just give your testimony and be sure to include the details like your radio. Right, leave it to me.
I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this. Believe me.
It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it like real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beater from the radio.
True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. What this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
Alright, what did the DJ say, Larry?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too.
What did she say?
Gee, Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said to do us?
I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care.
We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask,
Fine, very well. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot.
Almost Christmas.
So there was a gunshot at this time.
Yep, at 11:50.
But is it the empty lake? Just after midnight. So
Yeah.
we're finally referencing the 3rd gunshot. I've been annoyed with this 3rd gunshot for like the whole case. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct?
Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he heard the gunshot. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case, yes.
Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas.
The answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious.
What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight?
Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence about the gunshot before midnight.
Look at this photograph. This was taken by a witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hot, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
The real issue here is not why nothing is showing in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
This photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve.
Dude, it would seem that is the case. Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshot after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken?
Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered 15 minutes after midnight. That night, there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them.
Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera is set to respond to loud noises.
Yes?
There's no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot?
This is my evidence.
The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol is bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight.
That would make sense under the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake.
If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Why, I ask you? Why?
Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah!
What's wrong, Nick?
I have it! I have it! Maya! I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it.
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe. We've already got a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. Your Honor, the testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat. Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The guilty party has to be the other man on that boat.
I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility.
But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad?
Yes.
Explain who the two men on the boat are.
Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth.
Are you serious?
That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murder took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all of this. It's ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then.
Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know?
Ha! Again, you wasted my time.
I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
Why did he do this? There weren't any boats in the lake then.
May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat?
Well, then where did the murder take place?
Assuming? Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. I love the little animations.
Yeah.
That night, he was out on the lake in the boat, searching for something. He finds and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat?
The boat shop! Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Goat Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Oh my god, that face!
Yep.
That was amazing! That was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright?
Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Why would you shoot twice if you didn't mean to hit anyone?
No, sis, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first shot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and he threw the body into the lake. These are the events that transpired that night on Gold Lake. What is wrong with you? Are you mad?
Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. Boat shop caretaker, quickly. Very well, while we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defendant has said?
Yes.
Why did you go to the lake that night?
What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry, I can't say what it was.
Your Honor, sir, the witness has disappeared. He is at the boat shop either. What? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. von Palmer, your witness has disappeared.
A search warrant has already been issued.
Damn, you're quick.
Goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow. The final day allowed. Court is adjourned.
Right? There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you.
Why do you all keep such secrets from me?
I want to tell you, to get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had. Memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of a murder. You really think Mr. Edgeworth killed?
I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never.
Nick?
Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I'm swooning in the aisles. Maya?
I do remember feeling faint.
Right on.
Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
You did.
But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy's pretty suspicious.
Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much?
You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney.
Was that when you two were classmates?
Yes. In grade school. They saved me. Miles and Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it.
Okay, Nick, I'll read it. I'm going to hear the story today, and that's final.
It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. I don't know why. This kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. The envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. The kids in class said I should be put on trial, so the next day we held a classroom trial, with me as the defendant.
Even the teacher is in on it.
The girl on the left in the green shirt thingy, right above the name Phoenix.
Yeah.
She looks fucking evil.
She kind of does.
She looks terrifying. I didn't do it.
Guilty! He did it! Guilty! It was you! Thief! Give the money back! You're such a meanie. No one play with him. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not gonna play with you anymore. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right.
In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it.
Go over and apologize, Phoenix.
I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Like, they seriously thought I was a thief, though I don't blame them because I have that really crappy shirt on. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened.
He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles.
He's adorable!
It wasn't you who stole my money, was it?
Wait, it was Edgeworth's money?
Oh my god, okay.
I love when you see, like, the children versions of characters. They're just so adorable when you see them.
I like he has a butterfly. That's cute.
No.
Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up?
Oh, it's like, this is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking at one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it.
Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over.
That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends.
Wow. I had no idea.
That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school.
The DL6 incident?
It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. Doc's suspicions of a demon attorney. I tried to get in touch with him and I don't know how many times. He never replied.
That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth?
If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet with me whether he wanted to or not. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him.
Hey, pal, long time no see. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half.
How? How do you snap fabric in half? Sorry about that.
And no prop, pal. Thanks to you, we know who really did it. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. Hell yeah!
That old caretaker got away. I never imagined he might be the real murderer.
Hello, what might you be doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Out for a walk, hmm? Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
This is no time for idle reminiscing.
But from what I saw of today's trial, that should be fine, right?
I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean by that, me boy?
I'm not sure.
If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance, me boy.
Thanks. Bye. Hello, Squawk.
Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Let's open it, Nick. Come on.
The only thing in here is a letter.
A letter? Aw, boring.
Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth!
Nick, why would Miss Edgeworth's name be on here?
How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Pulling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. It's all here, in perfect detail.
But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth?
Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where the boat rental caretaker lives.
I see. Revenge on me? Wait, that old man. What is... Do you know who he is?
Yogi. Could he be Yogi?
The suspect in the DL6 incident, the man who was found innocent. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter.
Any way you look at it.
Yet he was found innocent. The defense attorney got him off the hook. Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation.
So what's your relationship with Von Karma?
He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. He is a perfectionist in all things. It's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him.
What do you know about Yanni Yogi?
Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. Just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. Quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever.
Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet, I said quiet. Not making this any easier.
I want to get out! Help! Get us out!
Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time, and then I drink a glass of brandy. It's a dream about my father's killing, in the dark.
I can't breathe. Oh, see up my air.
What?
Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you.
What? What are you?
Stop breathing my air.
No! Father! He's attacking father! Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense and drown it in brandy. Maybe it was I who killed my father. If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Yogi was really innocent.
So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father.
It's only a dream! Only a dream!
That's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. This leads me to a surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real, you see. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father, you see. The pistol fired, and the deed was done.
I don't believe it!
What do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. He may have had one peer now that I think about it. A mentor, EFA. Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. Beat him. Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. He lost, and died in despair, as it were. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium.
I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi.
Yes, now that I think about it, it seems the only one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost.
He wasn't a ghost. He was a spirit inhabiting the body of Misty Faye. Get your facts right, Grossberg. So you're saying he falsified his testimony?
It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless. Does seem that Yogi was following this letter. When he killed Hammond...
Why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially, he was ruined. Wait, this letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago.
Could it be Manfred von Karma?
Why would he have something to do with this? Oh, wait, you're right, my boy. This is von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. Used to see it all the time in court reports.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Manfred von Karma himself. If it truly was von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. But we know that von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist, you see. Maybe seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son, my boy.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused von Karma of faulty evidence. Though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. It was the one penalty von Karma has never received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Yay.
Wow.
Must have been quite a shock for von Karma. Took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
A vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. It was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations?
Definitely an American.
He's German.
No, Germans take their vacations. They work hard, but only for what they have to.
That's true, so he's not that German then in his attitude.
I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation?
It's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again? Well, no, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. von Karma is in there now anyway. We can go in as long as he's there. Huh? One of the drawers here is open.
Someone must have been looking in it recently.
The label says unsolved cases, evidence. The file for DL6, it's completely empty.
What?
What are you doing in here? Von Karma! You! How do you know my name? Huh?
Really?
Have we met? We see each other every day, don't we? We are Miles Edgeworth's defense team. I beg your pardon, you see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Mr. von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record.
Humph.
So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards?
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
Von Karma, what do you think of your own letter? This can't backfire on us.
Oh, totally.
tremendously.
Did we remember to take a picture of it with our smartphones?
We don't have smartphones. They did not exist at this time. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it?
Oh my god, the evil-looking prosecutor is actually evil!
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me.
A stun gun. For self-defense. Usually.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now, give me the letter. No!
Whoa, what are you?
Nick, run!
Poor Maya. She has died. Maya!
Out of my way!
I don't have a taser to test myself with. Ugh, he got us. The letter's gone. Of course. And he took the DL6 evidence. All of it. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya! Is she okay? Maya! Maya! Open your eyes! Live! Maya! How many times do I have to say your name?
The letter. Did he take it?
Are you okay?
I couldn't stop him. He had a taser. I was talking about, like, seriously. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. It was 600,000 volts. I'm useless.
Oh yes, Maya, you're useless because you can't resist a taser.
I'm not good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Oh god, that's
Don't say that.
That's horrible things to say.
Has to be some way I can help her. I better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet. Deal 6 incident, evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth.
Oh.
Ankama was holding this when Maya jumped him. Still
Ooh.
bears clear ballistic markings. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to be settled at last. A lot of things.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence.
Understood.
Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness.
Witness? Why did you run away yesterday?
The witness was not running away, as he will now testify while of court.
I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
You're Yanni Yogi and I'm going to prove it. Then he definitely has a motive. He also has something to do with this incident. So we'll press him on both. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Yep. Seems like it.
Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Well, maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is.
And we've never had a witness lie. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies.
Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor.
I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us the witness's name.
His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi, from the DL6 incident.
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. How do you propose to prove this to the court?
Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. The witness has no fingerprints.
What? What? No fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep.
What?
What will you do now, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no? There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrots for a little comic relief,
Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? Your Honor! The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Fakama?
Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest.
Let the parrot take the stand.
This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name! The witness is ignoring me.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
Hello, Squawk! Oh man, what a riveting testimony.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far.
Maya, you talk to her.
Polly, what's your name?
Polly, Squawk!
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Yes, it does.
You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Since yours is proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far?
No, I just read the DL6 incident that I probably should have read like days ago. We're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. The proof that the pair's name reveals the caretaker's identity is
The DL6 case file.
That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then?
it's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see?
Indeed, it does say that, yes.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly!
He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé?
Indeed. Alone is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. Would need some other corroborating evidence.
Polly, what was the number on the safe in the shack?
1228.
My, what a reckless parrot! You aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker?
Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ha! Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof.
Where in this case file is something relating to the safe number?
It's on the case summary page.
The case summary?
Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident, December 28th.
And the number on that safe is 1228. He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him.
I see, it certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Pah! This is not tangible proof. I can set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I am number one. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. This is a mere coincidence, that's all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Witness, tell us your name.
This witness, he doesn't remember.
No, it's okay.
Oh my god, he got tall!
Yeah, I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally.
Let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as the bailiff in this very court. Yanni Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. Robert Hammond. He said I was mentally unsound. He told me he would make me innocent. Get me off the hook. I was innocent, really. But he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. R.S. Edgeworth, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Von Karma's face there. Haha, evil.
Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means no. Edgeworth!
Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
Who are you pointing at?
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. Now I know it wasn't a dream. Yani Yogi wasn't the killer, the murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me.
You threw a gun!
I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today.
This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
We hold a trial right here, right now.
So do I get like 3 more days?
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony.
Agreed.
Then, though pointless, let the defendants do their cross-examination.
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials.
As a 9-year-old.
As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet.
Why?
I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream?
He was stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator had ran out, and I lost my memory of the events.
Alright. You know those 2 gunshots, right, Edgeworth? The gun fired once.
Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness.
Ah, a moment later, so let's present this thing. Are you sure you only heard 1 gunshot?
Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you?
Yes.
I don't accept this evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on.
Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard 1 gunshot. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Probably.
Your Honor, I'm sure you are aware. This incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. We do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
I see. Do you have any proof that the other shot had something to do with this case? Yes.
Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible. Oh no, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence.
Look at this photograph.
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where?
Look at this giant hole in the window.
Yeah, there's a freaking bullet hole in the window.
As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see a bullet hole in the door.
Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there was also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course. Well, duh.
Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullets would have been discovered on the scene.
You does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist.
Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. As Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It's highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
Task. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. I would like to ask one thing of Mars Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Got any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention.
Yes, I did.
Very well. Statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce the verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now.
Does anyone have any objections?
Your Honor, I object.
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, huh?
I don't know. His case is perfect.
Oh no.
Gah.
It must exist. The second bullet.
Of course you're gonna Deus Ex Mia. What? Was I hallucinating? Am I on drugs? What did you just say?
Nothing.
The second bullet must exist. But where?
Someone took it.
Seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
I object again! Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed.
What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer.
Then tell us who is this murderer.
I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take the bullet.
Had to? Mr. Wright, what do you mean?
Maybe the bullet hit the murderer?
The bullet hit the murderer?
I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there.
So at the time of the murderer himself was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes! Yeah. I guess that's how it would work, yes.
The other two people rescued from that elevator, Mars Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean...
The murderer came from outside, yes.
The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you're truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, I've indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Von Karma!
Von Karma?
You mean D. Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there?
Bah!
You don't object?
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yeah, you pride yourself on a perfect record.
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go on the Sinai fad, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operate on me. I haven't testified. Task. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
Hell yeah, I can. All right, Von Karma. I'll prove it. I think it's unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. There's the possibility that the bullet's still inside Von Karma.
Is that even possible for all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. I have a metal detector. I'm going to run this over you and see what we find.
I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you?
Yes. Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
I told my suspension of style. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now.
I permit the use of the metal detector.
He reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder.
I was afraid this would happen, so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. There's nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to the L6.
But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here.
Mr. Wright, can you prove that the bullet in Mr. Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident.
That's... bullet?
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. You will let us remove that bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet and solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma?
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. It's that scream I heard in the elevator. Von Karma! It was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma! Only you were there to find me. So it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with the penalty of my record. You left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands!
15 years earlier.
Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Come, it's not like you make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. It was a shock like none I had ever known. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Judge? What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty.
Man,
of
how
2
many
crimes?
Seriously,
on
how
one
many
day.
how many lawyers can solve 2 murder cases in one day?
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Yay.
Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. I gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was pretty close, though.
I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory.
So it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right? I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try. Thank you.
Thank you. Right.
You're welcome.
I think you could have done better than that.
Look, he's working on it.
Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. Poop! Oh, amazing, pal! You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me.
See, Miss Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
Whoop! I feel foolish.
Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's over, Nick. My life is over.
Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now?
It's Beyonce. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind.
Should have seen that coming.
Congrats, Angie. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it.
Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes.
It's $38, right?
Wait, $38 exactly? No! Larry, it was you!
What are you so surprised about, right? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history.
Edgeworth? You didn't know, did you?
I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember?
Yeah, too well.
Really? Right, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out.
Edgeworth, you should have told me! Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did.
Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist.
Death! The death sentence to both of you! If only I'd known I'd have become a prosecutor!
The same goes for me, only the other way around. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself.
Hey, y'all! Line up, I'll take a photo! Who took us on the town that night. Cool. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention.
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium. In training, of course. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Ah! The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station!
Hey, Nick.
So, you're leaving?
Yeah, it's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. You good? Okay?
Wait! I never could have saved Edgeworth without you. On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything.
Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in the daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma, and you were the one who gave it to me.
Nick.
Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll be back soon. I'm going to complete my training and come back.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
True. I don't know about that. No, definitely true. Run, Maya, run!
So, this is it.
See you soon, Maya. Aww.
Thanks, Nick.
And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. I won 5 cases in 4 episodes. Now a new story begins, with the same old crazy cast of characters, but no Lotta. Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. What claim am I making here? Oh my god. What is going on? And this is the... whatever. Enjoy it. I'm not reading this. That was fun.